Hello, I'm the Nerdy Steve, and welcome to my movie review channel. If you like what you see, I'd appreciate you liking, commenting, or subscribing. Today we'll be reviewing Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein in one take. So, let's go. Victor Frankenstein is a brilliant scientist whose eccentricities lead him to the macabre. He wants to reanimate a corpse. Of course, that's impossible, right? Well, it's not. And the creature he brings to life has consequences he could have never predicted. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is one of my favorite classic novels, and one of the first ones I've loved. Now, I haven't read it in about 20 years, so I don't have the best memory. And I probably should reread it. I want to say that because I think it's easy to criticize a work for not being accurate in its interpretation. But I don't agree with that. When you make art, you make it with all the knowledge and ideas since the original. You change and adapt out of necessity for the new medium you're telling the story in, and because of what you're also trying to say. Del Toro's Frankenstein is different. In trying to tell the story of the original, it does create something unique and breathtakingly beautiful. Frankenstein is very much an idea film. Yes, there's a story here, but it isn't anything new. Obviously. Our characters have objectives and arcs. Lives are on the line. There are stakes and conflicts. But unless you're willing to engage in the larger themes the movie presents, you'll be left a little unfulfilled. The story itself is not the reason to be engaged. There's so much focus on generational trauma and its ramifications to ignore. This is not a bad thing. It's just a thing. The interpretation of Frankenstein's creation in this version is very different from what you expect, and it's reflective of the themes Del Toro is trying to explore. The movie is an outstanding technical achievement. Visually, there are just some of the most intricate and impressive set pieces I've seen in a long time. I watched this film at the same time on Discord with a friend, and he said it looked extraordinary on his high-quality television. I can imagine how much better and more vibrant everything would have been on something other than my computer. But it was still wonderful. And the costumes and prosthetics were lovingly detailed. Oscar Isaac and Jacob Elordi are excellent as the eccentric and unwilling father figure and the pitiful creation turned violent monster. These characters are fully realized and complex. I applaud Elordi for his physicality in this film. The creation moves with such a purposeful finesse. It's astounding and enthralling. My biggest criticism of Frankenstein is its length. Had I not been watching the movie with a friend and actively commenting on it, I would have been a little bored with some scenes. A lot of the value I placed in the film had to do with its exploration of its ideas, but I felt it sometimes lost itself along the way. And maybe my focus is here because some of the more climactic moments didn't land for me. I found, for example, some of the deaths to be very underwhelming. I cared about these characters, but their demises felt a little too void of conflict and mostly just convenient. Overall, I enjoyed my time with Frankenstein. It's mesmerizing in its visuals. It's morbid and dark and gloomy in the best ways possible, and has some absolutely wonderful performances. And it made me think. A lot. It's a long movie, and probably would have been better divided into two-part series, or tightened a little bit. I think it's a film that requires you to engage with it on a more layered level, and if you're willing to do that, you'll enjoy it. I'm the Nerdy Steve, and thank you so much for watching. And as always, like and subscribe and comment below to tell me how right or wrong you think I am. Have a wonderful morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. Bye.